Hi, if you're watching later, leave me a comment. I'm gonna go back and read the comments later, so please leave me a comment. Ask me some questions. I haven't decided fully what I'm gonna do. Like, I have some things some videos that I do want to do. Like, well, I don't know if you guys do. I don't know if you guys would want like what I got for Christmas or whatever, but I definitely do want to do some sort of New Year's video and talk about, and then like New Year's resolutions, and also just talk about this year as well. So those are coming. Until then, it needs to be easy. I'm really sick. My whole family's in town and we have something going on every single day until after New Year's. So just wanted to pop in and say I'm here and I'm alive, and I wish I could show you guys more from Christmas, but my family wasn't okay with me vlogging this year, and neither was Danny's, and they never are. So I couldn't really show you anything. That's why I like kind of vlogged on my Instagram on Christmas Day. The only vlog that I do have is from a Christmas party, but I kind of wonder if it's even worth posting. I'll still edit it and upload it, but I don't know if I'll make it public unless you guys want to see it. But what I mean is I'll edit and upload it because I do want to show it to my family, the family that was there. They're going to want to see it. Julie, my sister's going to want to see it. You'd love to see it? Okay, I'll just make it public then. So I'm really sick. I got sick, started feeling it. When did I start feeling it? Christmas Eve, maybe? Do you know this side? Do you see this like red line on this side? Like everything's red, but this one red line. I don't know why that's happening. Is it because this is the one that's more stuffy? Wouldn't you think if it was more stuffy, the line would be on the side where it's more runny than stuffy? I don't know how it works. And today I went to dinner with my family, and I probably shouldn't have, even though it was probably one of the best dinners like that I've ever had, like one of the best cooks. We went to the bonsai, which is like teppanyaki, like the hibachi grill where they cook in front of you, the Japanese food. It's my favorite. And it was like mad delicious. Holy crap. I've never had as good a cook as who we had last night. It was so good. But I probably shouldn't have gone because now I'm just getting even more yucky and fevery, and I have the chills, and my nose is just on fire. My throat is on fire, super swollen. My ears are on fire. It's just, ugh. So I don't know why I did that. You can only see half my face? What? Oh, because you guys opened the chat. Oh, what if I do that? I'm really self-conscious about the top of my head. If you guys haven't figured that out yet. Okay, send it to me. I want to see it. I'm really self-conscious about the top of my head. So that's why... Wait, does it not look how I'm seeing it? The bridge of your nose? Okay. Does that just like loosen the snot up, or... I know, it's weird. And I hate to say it, I love Colleen, but she's the one that made me notice how freaking big my forehead is, because she's always complaining about hers being big. And I'm like, well, mine is just as big, maybe even a little bigger. And my hairlines are receding because I'm losing hair because I'm getting older and I have my dad's hairline, and also I have eating disorders and health problems. So it's really cool. And then also this is so dumb. I know it's dumb, but it's always been an insecurity. It's like, I feel, it might not be true, I feel that when my hair is really flat like this is why I usually puff it up, and make it look like free and just relaxed type. But if it's like this, I feel, because it's like I have a flat head almost, and so I feel it makes my face look bigger. Like it makes my cheeks look bigger and everything. But if I were to poof my hair out, I feel like that makes my face look a little bit smaller. Do you see what I mean? Am I the only one that sees this? I don't know. You do? Okay. At least I'm not alone. Like, it's so stupid, I know, but it's just the truth. I don't know. And like, when I was in high school, we had like it was popular to poof your hair. So, and that was what I got used to. And now I still love it. I still love to have big hair. It's not as big as I used to go. If you go read the comments on a day in the life of a bulimic video, everyone's like, why is she puffing her hair so big? Like, I understand teasing it, but why is she doing it so big? And I've recently gone back and watched it like recently, and I was like, they're totally right. It was way bigger than it is now. Anyway. Yes, didn't I check it, Sarah? I just haven't responded. That's the difference. You need to go live after. Okay, Sarah's gonna go live after my live. If anyone wants to come, please do. I'll probably listen in while I make my food, because that's what I do. People say I'm crazy, so I understand. My sister used to poof up my hair before school. I'm not the only one. Do you see what I mean, though? Like, do you see how it's like, and my face is so round and big that it's like, I see a huge difference from when it's like this than to when it's like this. And just kind of, well, I don't have a teaser, but normally I would tease it and make it a little bit bigger and like that. Do you know what I mean? Actually, I just look like crap today anyway. That isn't me being self-deprecating. Well, it is, but for a good reason. Like, I actually have a reason today. I mean, I feel I have a reason every time I do that, but you guys are always like, no, you look beautiful, but today, I'm really attractive. Oh, you meant respond. Okay, yes. I don't know if you can see my profile pic, but I like my face. But like, my face is so round, which is totally fine, but my hair's got to work with it, and I look beautiful regardless. Yes, you do. Do you mean me or you or both of us? You look perfect to me, Izzy, but I can't see, I don't know. But you do cut off your forehead in your picture, so. Sunday at the latest? What's happening on Sunday, Sarah? Do you remember those things that made bumps or poofs in your hair? It was like a semicircle comb. I forgot about, I have some of those. Yeah, it was like, it looks like this, and you like put it in your, on the crown of your head, and then I totally have some somewhere. Those did not work for me, surprisingly, because I have really thick hair. You would think it would, but I'm actually balding. You guys don't know this. Nobody knows this except probably Danny. I'm actually balding on the back here. So the crown of my head doesn't have very much hair. And that's why I get really self-conscious also, is I feel like I need to poof it and stuff, and then if you poof it as much as I do and you rat it, sometimes the rats will like poke through the hair and then it looks really trashy and it'll look like that, and it's just a thing. So when I started YouTube, I was like, oh, I could just move the camera down. But you're beautiful the way you are, and I want all of you to recognize your beauty and be the beautiful beauties that you are, because the inside is what matters, and so that's what makes you beautiful. Your hair is thinning, Lauren? Do you have really thick hair? You hardly ever wear your hair down, so I can't tell. Thanks, Paul. I love you too. I miss you. We still have a present for you. And the other thing that Danny needs to give you. After my family leaves, Paul, we're going to invite you over and you're going to paint and open your present. And we're going to paint because I got like 40,000 new canvases and gift cards for paint from multiple people. Because you wear it up. Yeah, for me too. So like I started doing, I don't know, like, okay, hold on. Yes. Let's see if I can do it right here, right now. This is kind of my go-to lately. Kind of make like a this, okay, halfway, and then I like to pull out some of it and like pull little bits at a time and kind of just like blend. This is terrible lighting to show you this. I don't know why I'm doing this. And just kind of, so like when I go out, I've been doing this a lot lately because then I don't have to worry about poofing my hair, and I don't have to worry about it getting flat, and I don't have to worry about my balding crown because all this hair up here covers it, and it creates like a big hair effect, which is what I like. So this is kind of like my go-to lately when I leave the house and stuff. And so I think that's contributed a lot to also why I'm balding so much right there, along with genetics and my eating disorders. But yeah, like, cause I'll pull it back really tightly a lot. Oh, and it's always up. When I'm at home, unless I'm live or filming or anything like that, my hair is always up in a bun, and I do it pretty tightly. So, I don't know. It's very 60s, but I think it's kind of fun. You're awesome too, my precious life. Yeah. Yeah, Izzy. I used to do that. Yeah, I did that one too. I remember that phase. Thanks. My hair just gets oily so fast, so I have to wear it up, or it'd be a nasty sight. I wish I could say I know I'm lucky. My hair doesn't get oily, but it does get oily actually. You guys just can't see it. But there was a time where it got oily if I didn't wash it like every day, but that's because I washed it every day. Like, it took a long time for me to train my hair to be okay without washing it. And I literally did it so slowly. Like, I would add on an extra day every month or two, something like that. So like I would go 5 days, and then the next month or maybe the month after I would go 6 days, and then so on and so on. So, and right now I average 3 weeks of not washing my hair, and it doesn't look greasy in videos or anything like that. The only thing is, if you were to come and smell my roots, I'm sure they would smell like dandruff or something oily. But in general, I've worked hard and trained my hair, and it's been glorious because I'm really sick all the time, or I'm just really lazy. Banana clips, aren't those coming back? Because that's so, like, everything from the 80s and 90s is coming back, and I love it. Yeah, from the early 90s. Danny got me some clips. Wait, I could try that out right now. Because when I say Danny got clips, what I mean is I picked them out at the dollar store and he wrapped them for me because I wanted to try a hairstyle that I used to do. Hold on, let's try it together. Let me see if I can. I don't know where to put all my stuff. Okay. Oh, wait. So these are, I mean, these will never go out of style. But back in my day, I think I was in elementary school, maybe early junior high. It was very popular. To kind of, okay. Well, my hair's greasy right now, by the way. I don't know why, because I washed it like a week ago, but you kind of, I forget how to do it. You can just like do something like this and then like twist it and then flip it. And then like, I can't do it, never mind. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But the combs is what I use to poof, and I'll show you right now. Just get the cheapest combs, doesn't matter what type, or a little brush. I have lots of little skinny brushes. So normally what I do, where's the thing? I need a thing. My hair's so gross right now, so sorry about that. Oh, a bobby pin would work. So I like to do my part, and I usually like to do a little bit of a zigzag so that, again, it creates a fun shape that's not so like, because I like to look relaxed. Big and relaxed is how I like it. So I just take levels at a time, sections, put it down in there. And then you just kind of, this lighting isn't doing me justice, but you just kind of put it like that and move your hairs till you're happy and it looks relaxed and creates that shape that I'm looking for. Do you see what I mean? I don't know. This lighting still makes it look flat, but it's not. I don't know. That's what I do. Yeah, eating disorders do that. People hate when I talk about this, but I'm sorry, it's the truth. My hair actually used to be twice as thick as this. So I actually have lost half of the thickness of my hair, and people are always mad at that because they're like, yeah, but your hair is still thick and beautiful. And I was like, I'm not saying that it's not thick and beautiful. I'm just trying to explain that it was twice as thick as this, and that malnourishment took that away from me. I'm not saying that I'm complaining. I'm just trying to like relate or validate a little that I don't know. My hair is very long. I would say it's very long. I wonder if I have a measuring tape anywhere. It's like quite long. It goes down to about there. I would say it's, let's see. I think we measured it recently, didn't we, Paul? It was like 3 feet or something. I don't know if I have a measuring tape. I wonder if I have a measuring tape. I think it's 3 feet, or close to it. But I could be wrong. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's a lot. By the way, I saw, why did I just go Bostonian when I said I saw? I saw this new Yoplait flavor that I've not tried yet, so I'm gonna try it with you guys. It's cookies and cream. I've never seen this before. Aw. Thanks, Vivi. You've got beautiful hair too, and everyone is beautiful in their own ways. And by the way, I'm very happy for you for what you were trying to distract me last night. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't respond, but it did make me happy to hear that that's happening for you. Are there cookie? There's no cookie pieces in it? That's not cookies and cream. What a ripoff. There's like tiny little specks. You can't even see it. It tastes just like the, another flavor they have, like Boston cream pie or something. I don't know, it's not that great. That's good job, Yo Play, love it. It's really good. Well, does anyone have any questions? I don't want to stay too long tonight. Put in my own cookies. That's a brilliant idea. Do I have any Oreos? I don't think I do, but maybe I'll have to go get some. I mean, it wasn't bad. I'm trying to decide if I want to eat the rest or if I want to save room for my biggest meal of the day, which is my bedtime meal. Can we also please talk about the fact that, actually I'll save that for the video maybe. No, I'll tell you now. No. Dang it. Let's just say I'm very, very proud of myself this month. I don't know. Now I have to tell you because that's going to be annoying. I'm sorry I did that. That's really annoying. For the entire month of December, I know it's not quite over yet, I only purged 3 times. Which is a ginormous deal for me, especially considering the hard months that I had like leading up to it and stuff. It's a really big deal and I feel really proud of myself. Like I've just, and it's not just that I haven't been purging, thank you. It's also that I've been training my body now to, what's the word? Digest, metabolize, I don't know. So like I've been purposely, today was an exception because I knew I was going to a restaurant and so I didn't eat very much all day because I wanted to eat at the restaurant and I probably shouldn't have done that. But besides today, I've been trying to force myself when I get up to eat something little so that so the metabolism gets working faster and then around lunchtime I get hungry again. And so I eat something else and I stop when I feel full and it's not very much. And then late at night is where I eat my biggest meal right before I go to sleep so that I know that I'll keep it down. And I'll tell you, I know this is like a big no-no that you shouldn't talk about weight on here. And I'm not going to say numbers, but I will say, and this has happened to me in the past when I quit bulimia or when I'm on my way, it actually makes me lose weight. Because I think it's because your body, when you're actively in your eating disorder, I know this is why, your body gets so used to not holding down food that whenever food comes into your body, it grabs onto it and then it stores it as fat and then you don't even, so it's like when I'm eating 3 meals a day, 3 times a day and even snacks and stuff, just whenever I feel hungry, I eat. And that is fixing it. It's fixing the rhythm of my body instead of grabbing onto it because my body doesn't know if it's ever going to get food again like it has always been. Instead of grabbing onto it and storing it as fat, now it's like, oh, we're good. We're going to get more food later, so you can go through. You can digest. Yes, eat when you're hungry, stop when you're full. Intuitive eating. Is that what it's called? That's what I've been doing. I know, Karina, I know. A lot of people have messaged me, Karina. I know that you can help me. I know that you've been through similar things. I know. Just know that you're like literally one of like 10 people that said the exact same thing. Like, I've been there and I can help you and blah, blah, blah. It's not that I don't want you to help me. I'm just very overwhelmed right now with the whole situation, which I don't want to talk about on here. But yeah, anyway. Yeah. And isn't it fun? Like when I purge, okay? When I purge, I either stay at the same weight or I gain weight. Always. When I purge, my face gets puffier and fatter looking. When I purge, I pass out. Where's the payoff? Like, why do we enjoy, like, I don't enjoy purging, but I enjoy binging, and I have a hard time keeping it in if I've binged, so that's why I purge. I hate purging, but like, I'm just saying it's the most pointless eating disorder. Not that anyone should even have any eating disorder, but start telling yourself that, because that's what I've been doing. Like, why have I been doing this? Because when I eat healthy and when I eat 3 meals and snacks and just whenever I'm hungry and then stop when I'm full, my body starts to regulate and digest easier, and then I actually lose weight because my body's like, oh, okay, we're gonna burn it off. So I just think it's pretty interesting that we beat ourselves up, us bulimics anyway, thinking that it's about what we look like in our weight and stuff, but bulimia actually makes you look and feel much heavier in many different ways too. Thanks, Paul. I have not seen the new Star Wars, but I don't care to see it. Danny's going again tomorrow. Thanks, Karina. I love you, girl, and I really, really do appreciate you, seriously. Maybe after things calm down, I'll start addressing all of it again, but I'm going to take a little break from the InstaFam and focus on my family, because they're going to be here till after New Year's. My entire family's in town except for Julie. I miss her so much. And we've got something going on every single day. So once that's all over next year, I promise I'm doing a lot of thinking and a lot of figuring out, and yeah. So that's all I'm going to say about that today. What does it mean when some people's names are blue? That means that they're a moderator. So Paul, Lauren, I think they're the only 2 that are here. I've assigned, I think, like 6 or 7 of you that I know and that I trust, and basically they're allowed to delete or block people, like trolls that come on and say mean things. They can delete mean comments, or they can block a troll and make them leave the thing. Because like literally every live I do on YouTube, some man comes on and begs me to take out my teeth for him. I think it even happened tonight already. And that makes me really uncomfortable. So usually I get awkward and like make a joke out of it and be like, taking out my teeth is for my husband only. But inside I'm like screaming and kind of feel a little bit violated, to be honest. And the people that I've chosen know me well enough to know what would upset me and what wouldn't, and what would hurt me and what wouldn't. So that's what it means. It did happen tonight. See, every single time I go live on YouTube, I don't know what it is. And then once in a while, they'll find me on Instagram, but that doesn't last long. Someone blocks them like immediately, but on YouTube, it's a little bit more difficult to do. Yeah. Hey, Shanny, odd question, but I need some advice and your insight about doctors versus eating disorders, but obviously don't want to trigger anyone on the live. Sorry, I repeat it. No. Go ahead and ask. Please ask. I've talked about that topic many times. Why do you have some fake teeth, or was that a random example? No, I do have fake teeth. I'm not going to make you take them out. Thank you, Dot. I lost my teeth, all of my teeth. I will take it out. I'll show you. I lost these 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And I lost them because of my eating disorder. So I was throwing up acid every day for 20 years, 10 times a day. And then right before I started losing my teeth, I was anorexic, and my, that can make you lose your teeth too. 'Cause like, yeah, you're not throwing up acid, but you're dehydrated, you're malnourished, and your mouth needs your saliva as like a second enamel for your teeth. And so when that doesn't happen, your teeth dry up faster and crack and fall out and get infections. And I've been through so many infections and surgeries and root canals and double root canals, and there was even a 5 root canal one time, infection, like all kinds of stuff. So basically my teeth just kind of started breaking and falling out. And so we just decided to remove all of them because they were all infected and they were all gonna kill me just from an infection. And so that's why I lost my teeth. And I have fibromyalgia, interstitial cystitis, irritable bowel syndrome, gastroparesis, severe anemia. I'm sure I'm forgetting a whole bunch. I have a ton of horrible health problems. I've had lots of surgeries in my life. Nothing compares, not one thing that I've ever been through compares to the pain of losing my teeth. You can go search on my Instagram. You can see pictures of how swollen and bruised, and it was a 6-month recovery. I was in pain for 6 months. And I think it's extra hard because it's up here. Like the pain, these are posts, and those go up to like here. And there's 4 in the front and there's 2 back there on the side. And those stand up about this far. So like it affected up here, and that's like right by your brain. So not only was it physically painful, but it was very mentally painful and very traumatizing, to be honest. So the worst thing I've ever been through, which is why I share it and share that story as much as I can. So thank you for asking. Yeah, the permanents, oh, dry sockets are the worst. The permanents, that's what the posts are for. The posts were placed in there so that later they can screw in some permanents, basically. However, since then, I've been doing a lot of public speaking, and it's very powerful for me to get up on a stage in front of thousands of teenagers and just whip out my teeth and show them, like physically show them a consequence. So I think what we've decided to do, we're going to try and get into the dentist next year because Danny needs to go too. We're going to go talk to him because these are supposed to be temporary. They were only supposed to last like 6 months, and then I was supposed to get my permanents, but I think there's a reason I didn't. I think there's a reason things keep coming up, and I didn't feel comfortable going back, and that's probably because that's when I started public speaking, and now it's worth it to me, and I'm used to it. I'm used to taking them out and putting them in and dealing with them all the time. It doesn't bother me. It's not a nuisance to me. I'm completely used to it. So I think what we're going to do is just make me a new set that's prettier and wider and better and stronger that will last longer. Yeah, they're very comfortable now. Yeah, I think I had to take oxycodone. I don't remember which one that is. Is that Percocet? Yeah, I had to too with my dry sockets. So painful. But that I didn't get dry sockets with these, but I'm saying that also is extremely, extremely painful. What is wrong with doctors? What the fuck? I went to my doctor because I was having lots of symptoms that didn't add up. I explained my symptoms, and he was worried my eating disorder has something to do with it. Okay, hold on, I missed that part. Something to do with it. I tried to mention my eating disorder, and immediately he was like, oh yeah, I don't think you're that kind of person. Yeah, that's definitely not it. And then quickly changed the subject. What? That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. You were brave enough to tell him that, and then he completely shoots you down. I'm sorry for that. I have been there many times, and it sucks, and it's painful, because these doctors that are supposed to be there for us, and their job is to help us. That's what they've agreed to do, and they sign things in their career to do, and that's what they do. And so it kind of just You still hate yours, Karina. Your mouth is too small. I have a small mouth too, so it does get annoying sometimes. The only thing that I do hate about him that is the sores that it causes in my mouth. That's the biggest, for me, the biggest issue that's left. They are asses for sure. Yeah, I agree. Go find a different doctor. That's ridiculous. Which is not the case. You don't have to look a certain way. No, exactly. I mean, I'm overweight, so every time I've had to go to the emergency room for something, I'm sure there were at least 6 or 7 times where I would say to the doctor, and I didn't know if my eating disorder had something to do with the symptoms that brought me to the ER, but you're supposed to give them as much information as you can so that they can help you and they can know what to test for. So I very specifically and embarrassingly, every time I would be like, just so you know, I've been bulimic for over 20 years and I've had eating disorder since I was 5 years old. And probably 6 or 7 times at least, I've had a doctor be like look at my body and be like, okay, and then just change the subject. But on the bright side, I found a doctor who's perfect, and I've also had a lot of good experiences with doctors. Especially this year, actually. I've gone to the emergency room a few times this year, and this year they've all been really understanding. So one of them, it was a guy, and he looked like someone that has never been through anything hard in his life or anything like that. And I'm like, oh great, he's not even gonna get it. But I told him, he was checking me out and asking me questions, and he really cared. And he was like, and I said, I feel like I should tell you that I've struggled with an eating disorder for 25 years, 30 years. How old am I? Oh my gosh, 30 years. Wow. And instead of him looking at me like that, he literally was like, oh, which eating disorder was it? Well, it was binge eating, and then it turned into bulimia, and then anorexia, and now it's back to bulimia. And he's like, okay, and when did that start for you? And then he's like, did you ever have any symptoms from it growing up that could have been confused as something else? And he just like was so attentive and so like, all right, let's figure this out. And thank you for telling me that. So they are out there. So don't give up hope on all doctors. Don't think that all doctors are like that. There are good doctors. And my doctor, my family doctor, is the most incredible doctor I've ever known in my life. And I feel so lucky to have her. I have a feeling maybe she struggled with it, or maybe one of her kids did, because she knows things that I know for a fact doctors are not taught in school. So either she's just happened to see it a lot with patients, or she's dealt with it personally. And I feel like she's dealt with it personally. So just keep looking is the point. If you can, keep looking. You will find one that will listen eventually. It's hard because we are on a family plan. Yeah, that's hard. That is hard. Insurance gets in the way. Yeah. We'll keep working on that, Izzy, because it would be worth it to try and figure out how to switch it, or to ask what other doctors are covered by your insurance. Yeah, please do. Just don't give up. Like, I can validate 1,000% that yes, so many doctors are dicks like that, but I can also give you some encouragement that not all of them are. Some are not. Oh, that's so good, Nadia. Oh, I love when nurses are also like super attentive and seem to really care and like really want to help you, instead of like, ugh, when do I get off? What time is it? When do I get off? You know, because I've gotten a lot of those too, and that makes it hard too. I'm sorry, Karina, that sucks. Are you still looking though? You never know. It could happen. Good job, Lauren. Is that why you're awake still? You're usually asleep by now. Anyway, does anyone have any questions or anything? Do you want to know about my Christmas? Well, I kind of want to make a video because we had a huge emergency on Christmas, and it kind of, we weren't able to celebrate on Christmas because of it, so we did like a Christmas redo the next day because we had an emergency. Angela is, well, I'll just tell you right now because most of you know from Instagram, my sister had a really scary, what looked like a stroke or a heart attack type thing right when Danny and I got to my mom's. Right as we walked in, she completely passed out in her chair and went completely limp, and her whole face was like sunk on one side, and she was not breathing very well, and then she started breathing a little, and then we all tried to talk to her, and I went up to her and I said, "Can you hear me?" And she kind of went like that a little bit, and I'm like, "Okay, keep breathing, you're doing great." And I felt her chest and her heart was racing, and then her whole chest and neck had broken out in this huge rash, and then she kind of went from to like and like couldn't breathe, and just at one point she woke up for a split second and used every ounce of energy in her to say, "Call 911." Like that's exactly how she said it. Was terrifying. So I was like, "Call 911." So we called 911. The police came, the ambulance came, they took her away in the ambulance. This was on Christmas. And it was really scary for the family. It was especially scary for her girls. So I was positive she was having a stroke or a possible heart attack because she has heart problems. But what it ended up being was that she hadn't slept in 48 hours, and she had drinking 3 of those 5-hour energy drinks that day, Christmas Day. And she's been living on Mountain Dew, and she also had a problem with her thyroid medication, and it counteracted, and it did something crazy to her. And there was a name for it, but I forget what it was. So I'm grateful, holy smokes, that she, oh, it was terrifying. I was sobbing. Our whole family was sobbing. It was really hard to watch, and it was very traumatizing to see. But it also brought our family together, and we all just prayed, and she got a blessing and everything, and she's okay. She's just weak and dizzy now. Like I saw her today. I saw her yesterday as well. She's just really tired, and she's really dizzy still. Yeah, it was really scary, like really scary. So a lot of you were there when I went live and was like hysterically bawling my eyes out. It was so scary. Yeah, she's doing better now. She's just, yeah. So we were like, "Angela, no more 5-hour energies, no more living on Mountain Dew," because clearly it is not a good combination with your thyroid medication. So we can't do this again. But yeah, it was scary. It was really scary and very emotional and weird. It just was a weird night, a weird Christmas night. So she was at the hospital for a couple hours. So we ended up kind of we cleaned my mom's house because my mom and dad went with her to the hospital, and her husband and girls went, and none of us were allowed to go because there were already way too many people that were going to be there. So we just kind of stayed behind at my mom's. So we cleaned up for her, and we went live and had a lot of fun together with you guys on Instagram. And we played some games together, and we read a story together, and we sang together, and then finally they were able to come home. They released her because it wasn't a heart attack or a stroke, thank goodness. So they were able to release her, and so mom and dad came home, and they were just exhausted. So we were all like, "You know what? Let's end the night. Okay, we're all gonna go. You guys go to bed. Grandma and Grandpa, go to bed. We're all gonna go home and go to bed, and we will redo Christmas tomorrow." And we did, and it was so much fun the next day. It was so much fun. She came, and she had to stay laying down the whole time, but she was there and laughing with us, and it was really cool. And it felt like Christmas Day, and it really actually brought our family together in many different ways. Some are too personal to share on the internet, but it also just really kind of woke us all up and like reminded you that you never know what can happen. And it was so scary to see her like that it also kind of reminds you that no matter how loved you don't feel, you are. Like Angela, I know she's talked to you guys about this, I'm pretty sure, so I think I can talk about it, but she had a hard time with a lot of people in the family. A lot of people in the family have a hard time with her. And so she feels like, I don't know if she feels that way. I shouldn't say that. But anyway, I'll just say that the entire family was worried, said Christmas didn't matter. We didn't care about opening our presents that night. We didn't care about doing the regular traditions. It just became all about her. And that's what family is. And that's what's so beautiful. And I love my family so much. And I'm just so grateful that she's okay. Yeah, I thought, yeah, because her face was like, honestly, like sunken on one side. I'm like, duh, that's a stroke. But it wasn't. It was just a really bad reaction to all that stuff. Yeah, it was terrifying. Oh, good. Okay. Thank you for praying for her. She thanks you too, by the way. Yeah, so I told her today. When did we see her? At Mom's. Yesterday. Last night. I told her, if you ever doubt again how much your family loves you, think about last night, because while I was cleaning and singing and doing things at home, I was also on the phone back and forth with my sister, who was hysterically crying. And my brother and everybody, it just was, nothing mattered. Nothing else mattered but making sure she was okay. So even if you feel hated by your family, or you feel like you're the black sheep, that's how Angela feels, that she's a black sheep. Because she's got a very strong personality, and she says things without thinking it through, and she says mean things, and she doesn't mean it to be that way, but it comes across that way, very abrasive, but she really doesn't mean that. And so, I don't know, yeah, nothing matters. Exactly, nothing matters when you see somebody who shares your own flesh and blood going through something so traumatic. It was so scary. When the paramedics came, they took her heart rate and they said it was just off the charts. It was so high, and she couldn't calm it down, and so it took them a little bit to calm that down, and thank goodness it wasn't a heart attack or a stroke. But she's just been resting the past couple days. She's just going to keep resting, and not overdoing it as much as she can. Yeah. Nothing matters. Yep. The lovely story about the chimes that my sister told. That was so cute. I wasn't listening for half of it. I have really bad ADD. Sometimes I'd miss the first, and I didn't want to interrupt her and be like, wait, what are you talking about? Where did this story start? So I tried to catch on as she kept talking, but to be honest, I was really lost. But by the end, even though I didn't get the story, the end was really sweet and cute and stuff. And that was so sweet that we did that, you know? Like, we could have all just gone home, but no, just me and Danny and Liz and Matt and their 2 boys and Grandma just stuck around while the entire rest of the family was at the hospital with Angela, including my parents who own the house that we were in, and so that's why we all got together and cleaned for them so they wouldn't stress about that, and then just hung out and tried to do our own little tradition for the night and sing and read stories and do whatever, you know. I just think that's so sweet. Like, I love my family so much, and I needed this. Like, it's so weird to say that, but this was a huge blessing in disguise, because it brought the family really close together, all of us. That's terrifying. Steph, 4 hours? That's terrifying, though. Holy crap. Wow. That must have been scary to see, Steph. I'm so sorry. What do you mean, go-go? I don't know. And everyone has issues with their parents, and it was really neat to see my niece was like, she's at that age, you know, and I know that she was not getting along with her mom. Like there was some sort of fight, and that's all I'll say because privacy. And so she kind of was like ignoring her the day before. And then when this happened, you just saw her like none of that mattered anymore. It was like, this is my mom who's taken care of me since birth and does love me and does care about me, and I don't want to lose her. Like it helped, you know, this little girl to realize that she is loved and how much she loves her mom. You know, like there's so many little blessings that happen when these things happen. Do you mean they thought that you overdosed or? Oh, that's scary, honey. 3 days? And they blamed you for it? That's not cool. Wow, that's kind of low. Okay, does anyone else have any questions for me or anything before I go? That's so scary. I'm glad you're okay. Oh, I can't imagine. I saw my sister have a seizure once, and then I've seen my mom have a stroke, but it was nothing like this. Like it looked like what I saw in my mom, except it was like 10 times worse. That's what it looked like. So I was positive she was having a stroke, but it wasn't. Oh, honey. Oh, that's terrifying stuff. I'm so sorry. You saw your grandma have a mini stroke? Oh, stroke. Oh, that's heart-wrenching to see your grandma. Oh, my gosh. Okay. Anybody question anything? I'm gonna go to bed. You had a mini stroke on an airplane? Do you have something that you have strokes a lot, Gogo? I'm sure you've already told me this, but tell me again. That was the Saturday before Christmas last year, and as far as I was concerned, Christmas was already over. Yeah. Uh-huh. Wow. A death rattle? What's that? I don't know what a death rattle is. Is that like a seizure? What's a death rattle? I've never heard of that. You don't have an issue that you have strokes a lot? You just get them? Because maybe you should get checked for that. That sounds freaking terrifying. Seriously. When somebody's dying and their lungs fill with secretion, I don't know that word, see, it makes a horrible sound. Oh, okay, gotcha. Oh, no, yeah, I saw that with my grandma too, actually. If that's what I'm thinking of. I've seen that too with my grandma. It was terrifying. Someone when they're dying. Ugh. That's traumatizing. That happened with Danny's grandma too. And he had to leave the room at one point on one of the nights, and it was really hard for him to see it. That's scary. Aw, I love you, Gogo. I'm so glad you're here. You guys are the best. I love you so much. All right, I'm gonna go get some sleep. Thank you for body fluids. Okay, thank you, Karina. Thank you for being here and hanging out, and thank you for supporting me, and thanks for being patient with me. And maybe we'll do like an unedited Q&A tomorrow with Danny. So leave us some questions. Go leave a question in the comments of this, and we will probably do an unedited video every day, because that's extremely easy for me to do. So if you guys are okay with that, I'll post every single day if it can just be a direct upload, not edited, not fancy or anything. Just, I can absolutely do that. That's very easy to do. So what do you guys think? Do you want to see that, or would you rather just wait till next year until I can get my shit together and give you good videos? What would you like to see? I love you too, Paul. Tell me before I go, what would you like to see from me? I'm sure someone out there would appreciate it. I don't know. I like doing those. Those are really easy and quick, and I kind of love it, actually. You sausage. Daily Shanny. Okay. You love the direct uploads. Okay, good. I know, Karina. We gotta figure out how to do that. All right, I'll do that then. So leave me some questions. Leave Danny some questions in case he's with me. And then I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm going to go drink some NyQuil and go to bed. I love you guys with all of my heart. And remember forever and always that you're beautiful, you're worth it, and I am too. I love you guys. See you tomorrow. Bye.